Hi there, we are back for another weekly video here. I decided that I was going to show you what I'm going to have for sale on Tuesday, April 22nd. It's my second year anniversary on WhatNot, and it's things that I have made and my favorite things. And one of the things I made was this knitted banana. And I think it's very funny. You can kind of pose his arms a little bit. But I thought that was very clever. This is Alan Dart's banana from his Monkey's Tea Time set. I realized I think I have 18 dishcloths here, and I realized I got the red and white, and I didn't make a dishcloth out of that, so I made this today. I love this pattern. It's super easy. I made other ones too. It's the same pattern, different yarn. Gives you an idea. Some of them, this one I increased to 46 stitches. These were a little bit bigger. Here's a gray one and a yellow one, orange, and then those are all the same. Very Joey's laughing. Very classic pattern. And then let's see, I think you saw these before. This is the same pattern, fish scales. I'd messed up on the pattern, and so I redid it. So there are some breaks in the yarn. I would use this more as a hot pad than a washcloth, just because there's breaks in the yarn. Wouldn't want it to come loose or anything. I don't think it would, but just in case. So those are the same pattern. Those are really neat. I made one in this pattern, and then I really liked this brick pattern. I know that they have a pre-bid, and I think the lady, she's a very good buyer from me. I really enjoy her. She, I think this is the one that she messaged me, and she's like, if I win, this is the one I wanted. Then we did it in pink. Then I did some in solid, well, not the solid pink, it's kind of variegated. And then I did some cat ones. So this is kind of a hidden cat inside there. It's a mid-century modern looking cat. And then I did it with the cotton and cream crochet. It's like your typical cotton dishcloth yarn. So this was very thick. I didn't really like working with it, but it is a nice sturdy cat washcloth. And it's a little bit bigger than the other one. So we have two hidden cats, and then the cable one that I did, and then I did some crocheted ones. I think you saw those already. Those will all be for sale on Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, only on WhatNot for my second year WhatNot anniversary sale. And I just hit 10,000 followers on WhatNot, so that was very exciting. One of the things I will have are some cats. I have two cats here. This one I need to finish the eyes and the nose and the whiskers. And this is hand spun yarn that I spun myself a long time ago. And it is a brown kitty cat. I'm thinking of spraying this a little bit and kind of pulling this down a little bit, because it does kind of ride up a little bit, but I think it is sweet though. This kitty cat will stand on its own. And then I also took, this is an Alan Dart pattern, so is this cat. I think all of the critters are Alan Dart patterns. What I did is I took, also from the Monkey's Tea Party set, was a pearl necklace. And so one of the things that I have a joke on WhatNot is, oh, my pearls, if people are, starting to like talk, it's a little adult, and it's more of a joke. So I had some sock yarn that is kind of a neon green, made a little mini pearl necklace. So it kind of looks like it's uranium glass. They don't glow. It glows a little bit because the stuffing inside picks up the black light. Here, I have my keys here. So I'll show you. So it's kind of a play on, she has a uranium glass beaded necklace, even though it's not, it's all yarn. So it does kind of glow, but I thought that went well with the sweater. And the sweater was kind of, I had to start and stop this a couple times because it was bulky yarn and the pattern didn't fit, but I made it work in the end. I think it turned out super cute. So she needs a face. And then here's the other one that I showed. I made a short of this one, and this is what I did the short of. This is a vintage check button that I got from my friend Follow That Bug Vintage here on YouTube. She's also a seller on WhatNot, and I thought that was a perfect addition to this kitty cat. She has eyes and a plastic nose and whiskers. Same pattern, but just the different size yarn. She is much bigger than the cat. Those will also be for sale. I have not listed them yet, but they will be listed in time. We already showed the banana. I really like how that turned out. Then I decided to knit a bluebird of happiness. That is also a reseller's thing that they look for, is the Ron Ray birds out of Arkansas. They're bluebirds of happiness. And so I took the Allen Dart bird. I think that was the last video I made on this channel. I showed how I put this together, and I omitted the legs, so it'll just kind of sit on your shelf like a bluebird of happiness. And I didn't put any eyes or anything on that because I was trying to make it look like glass. So it's just a bluebird. And then of course you have to have a red bird. So I took the Knit Picks palette, Knit Picks Wool of the Andes yarn, same as the blue, and I made it an all red bird. And that one sits nicely too. So those are a red bird of happiness and a blue bird of happiness. I'm also having things that I have made in the past. So this is a little felted cactus. This is already preloaded in the sale. It's just a felted green ball, but I think it looks like a little succulent, and it's this little pot here. I've also done some altered Precious Moments figurines, and sometimes people make them kind of creepy. I did 3 of them, and then I moved on to something else. But this one is my super favorite one. I made her, she was holding the bunny, and I made it more of a Alice in Wonderland theme. I made this and added that to the figurine. I made the bottle and the sign, that's added. And then of course she has to have the cookie, and I made that as well. And then the rest of it is just painted. So she will be up for sale as well. And then I had the idea of making hens on nests. That was also another short that I put up on this channel. Hens on nests are very popular lately, and especially over on WhatNot. And so I took the Allen Dart farm pattern and made the chicken. And then I took one of his other patterns that was a basket and started that pattern, and then kind of made the pattern my own to make the little nest that the hens on nest sit in. So I made, these are worsted weight yarn, and this is the same yarn as this. This is the Knit Picks Wool of the Andes yarn, and it came out a little tiny blue bird. Well, I guess it's kind of a turquoise, a tiny little bird, mini hen on nest. And then Flying Pig Knits wouldn't be Flying Pig Thrifts wouldn't be a pig show. Well, you got to have a pig in your show. The name, it's in the name. So I decided to take some sock yarn, and this is also an Allen Dart pattern, and I made a little pig. And this kind of reminds me of slag glass because it's different colors. It's not, it's variegated yarn, but that's my take, is I am knitting glass items because as a reseller, we do sell a lot of glass items. So this is the little pig that I really like how it turned out. I didn't stuff its head as much. Let me go get the first one I made. This is the first one I made with his pattern, and I'm not really quite sure if, I mean, it's cute, but I think this is cuter because it's tinier, and didn't add any features to try and give it that kind of, it's like made out of glass, even though it's obvious it's knitted. I really liked how it turned out, and I like how it's small. So it does stand up, you just kind of have to get its legs going. But that is the update on what I will have for sale on Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, only on WhatNot. I will put a link to that in the description of this video. I usually put the links in the description of my Flying Pig Thrifts videos, but we'll link it here as well. And then if you have not watched that video over on my Thrifts channel, I went to the bins, the Goodwill bins, as they're called. Well, people nickname them the bins. It's the Goodwill bins, and it's where all this stuff goes right before it goes to the landfill. And you pay by the pound. It was $1.99 a pound. And I found 2 pieces of beautiful handwork. We have this knitted garter shawl. It's a beautiful orange, rusty orange color and kind of a plum purple color. And I did wash it and blocked it. It grew a little bit bigger. It's just kind of an over the shoulder, kind of keep you, kind of more of a scarf shawlette. This is the kind of size shawls I used to wear all the time when I taught school. And if you know what this pattern is, I'd appreciate it. I did try to Google Lens the pattern, hoping something would come up on Ravelry, but nothing came up. But this definitely has to be, somebody somewhere knows what this pattern is. And then the other, and this is wool, and the colors did run a little bit. The orange did run a little bit, but then I rinsed it till it ran clear. So I feel good about the color being set on that. And then the other piece was this really, really, really long, I have to stand up here. This is a really, really long throw, wrap, shawl, all of the things. Look at this. And this I washed as well and blocked, just loosely blocked it. I didn't get out my pins or anything like that, but the lace really opened up, and it's a variegated yarn. It goes to a darker color here. And I don't think this yarn is wool. It's probably a blend. This had that distinct wool smell, you know, when it gets wet, and this did not. So I thought those were both beautiful pieces. Probably will also sell those on the anniversary show. I did not make them, but two or one, someone that was super talented made both of these. These are really nicely done. Really, really nicely done. All right, I hope you liked the update on what we're selling on Tuesday. And let me know in the comments below what you worked on this week. I am still working on the temperature blanket. Little bit behind, but I'm not that behind. I'm just like a couple days behind, and hopefully next week I'll show you how that is turning out. It's very colorful because we've had some really warm days here, and now it's kind of cooled off a little bit. I hope you had a good Easter if you celebrate Easter, and if you celebrated Passover, happy Passover. I know that ended, I think, on Saturday. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in a little bit.